Welcome to another edition of Talkin Football. Here's your host, Frankie.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Frankie here again, bringing you another edition of NFL Talks, Talkin Football. Week 3 is in the books. Looking forward to Week 4 now. As always, you can find the NFL Talk page, facebook.com/NFL Talk, on Twitter and Instagram at NFL Talk Show. Make sure to give us a follow and likes, and keep up with all of our posts. Let's get right into it. This week's major news story. Fortunately, nothing too bad on the legal front. We're going to talk about Mo Claiborne. Mo Claiborne, Cowboys' 6th pick overall in the, want to say 2011 NFL draft, if I'm not mistaken. He's what there? 20, yeah, he's 2011, 2012, one of those two. I don't know. Anyway, he apparently skipped practice after he was demoted, in place of in favor of Orlando Scandrick, who's probably their best cornerback anyway. He wasn't okay with it, decides to go home, cried to his mom, and came back anyway. So, my personal opinion, look, I can testify myself. I've seen you play, and he hasn't played very well. He gives up a lot of passes, and I mean, I'm sure, I don't know, maybe it's the system he's in, but I don't know. He just hasn't played up to the hype. He hasn't played up to a sixth pick in the draft caliber player. And this is all kind of mounted. He's had, I believe, 3 years now in the league to get his act together. And unfortunately, he hasn't been the shutdown corner they wanted him to be. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he's not talented, but could that be? I mean, not that he's not talented. It's just maybe it's the system, or I mean, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is that he's not as talented. That as people thought. But it's good to see that he's back. Thought that he handled that very terribly, and he'll probably end up getting traded or something for that. Jerry Jones sounded pretty disappointed in him, talking on that soundbite of him saying that he isn't the player that they expected him to be. But he's right, but that kind of talk from an owner could probably break your confidence and make you not want to be there anymore. So I don't know. That's probably got to end, and maybe if they trade Mo Claiborne to another team, he'll be able to resurrect his career. What do you guys think about Mo Claiborne? You guys think his actions were justified? Do you think he's being a big baby? Answer let us know on the video or on Facebook, wherever you're watching this. If you're watching it on YouTube, in the comments below. If you're getting this link on Facebook, comment on the link. That way we can all get in on the conversation. Anyway, going back to last week, had a pretty good week, if I do say so myself. Going 11-5, if you're keeping score at home. Let's get into the action real quick. The Falcons dominated the Buccaneers. I was watching that game, and it was a boring game, to be totally honest with you. Never in my wildest dreams that I imagined that the Falcons were going to dominate the way they did. But they dominated. And, while I admittedly say it's a boring game, I will happily take a boring game every single week of my life. I do not care. I will love that. That would be the greatest year ever. Unfortunately, in this league, this just does not happen. Only in Madden, if you play on rookie. But it was a great game by the Falcons. A lot of questions were brought up. Are the Falcons this good, or are the Bucs that bad? I really don't think the Buccaneers are that bad. I'm not saying the Falcons are that good either, because I don't believe that. But the Falcons just had a great game plan, in my opinion. It's just, everybody contributed well. It was a great team win. Devin Hester, of course, congratulations to him for breaking the return record. Now has 20 return touchdowns. I thought that was a pretty cool moment, and I thought it was a great moment seeing him and Dion in the post-game segment where he was being interviewed by Dion. It was a very heartwarming moment between the two of them that they shared on stage. So I thought that was pretty cool. But nevertheless, I was definitely very pleased and happy with the outcome. And I will definitely take boring blowouts every single week. Believe me, I would rather much prefer that. Anyway, next up we had Tennessee at the Bengals. Bengals dominated once again, 33-7. The Chargers playing Buffalo. I thought Buffalo would be able to get this one, but unfortunately that was not the case. Chargers win 22-10. Baltimore, Cleveland. I think I actually predicted the scorer, just not the team. I picked the Browns to win 24-21. The Ravens end up winning 23-21. So, pretty damn close on that one. The 49ers at the Cardinals. The Cardinals were able to. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say the Cardinals were able to, because for the second straight week, the 49ers have not been able to make anything happen in the second half for them. You got to wonder, what's the deal with the 49ers? Is it because, is it the coaching? Is it the team just not coming out for the second half? What's going on? This is not the 49ers we're used to seeing. I mentioned it on the first podcast. I thought this would be the year that the 49ers begin to decline. It's certainly looking like that. They are not playing good football. And I don't know. It's just kind of bizarre to see the Niners fail as much as they've been failing. But I don't know. Is this an aberration, or is this a preview of what the season's going to be like for the 49ers? It's tough, man, to just lose like that, not putting up a fight in the second half. For the second week, really, too. So it's tough. It's tough. The Cardinals get the win, 23-14. And oh, by the way, just a fun little stat for you guys: Colin Kaepernick, he's actually 0-1 with that stupid ass design on his dome. So thought that was a pretty cool, fun fact. Anyway, next up, we have the Chiefs at the Dolphins, and the Chiefs end up winning that game 34-15. Redskins at the Eagles. Deshaun Jackson's welcome home party. Eagles end up winning 37-34. The Philadelphia Eagles are the exact opposite of the 49ers. They've been more of a second half team. I think actually the Eagles. I think they're looking real good, but one must wonder if they're going to be a second half team as well. They usually play better. I think they're the best team in the league right now in the fourth quarter, and the 49ers are the worst in the fourth quarter. So, and they got actually matched up this week. So, that'll be a pretty interesting dynamic to watch in the game. Deshaun Jackson actually got injured in this game, and there was a cool little brawl. So, a lot going on in that game. It was pretty entertaining. The Eagles end up winning 37-34. Houston at the Giants. Giants nabbed their first win. I was pretty surprised by this, to be honest. I thought the Giants were looking a little lost, but then again, you hear the stories about maybe the Giants we're just taking a time to get acclimated to their new offense. Their new offense apparently was a big reason why the Eli Manning wasn't performing as well as he had as well as he possibly could. He forcing a lot of balls and making a lot of bad decisions and things like that. That's not going to help anyone. But they finally were able to get their first win, 30-17. Next up, we have the Colts at the Jaguars. The Colts dominated the Jaguars 44-17. Looks like the Jaguars from here on out are going to end up going with Blake Bortles, which to me, yeah, okay, go for it. Why not? I mentioned on the last podcast I was waiting for the Jaguars to put him in, but at the same time, I was second guessing myself because maybe that line wouldn't have been a good line to have in front of him because they are having trouble blocking. But they got him in there. I don't know. Maybe he can do some things differently that Chad Henne wasn't doing. Seems to be a little more mobile. Maybe he can get the ball out quicker, do something to help neutralize his inept offensive line. Next up, we had the Packers at the Lions. The Lions end up winning 19-7. I picked the Lions to win, but I did not think this game would be like that. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring affair. It was not the case. The Packers are out of whack. I do not know why, but the Lions are able to finally get the win. Pretty much, Aaron Rodgers has been owning that dome for a long time, so I thought the Lions would get the win, and they sure did. Pittsburgh at Carolina. Pittsburgh is able to get their ground game going and get the win, 37-19. I don't know, was that a bad night for the Panthers, or did their front seven get exposed? The Panthers are a team that's deemed of having one of the best defensive fronts in the NFL, and the Pittsburgh Steelers were able to have a great running game on them. So, maybe it was a bad night. I think it was a bad night, to be honest. I watched enough Panther football to tell you. I think it was just a bad night for them. Next up, we have the Raiders at the Patriots. I thought the Patriots would be able to dominate this game. That was not the case. The Patriots ended up winning 16-9. Patriots themselves don't look all that great, and I also said in the beginning of this podcast, this might be Tom Brady's last hoorah, his final year to have a chance. It looks like that might be the case. It looks like that might not even be the case. Maybe last year was his last hoorah. The Patriots have not been looking as good, but maybe that has a lot to do with this terrible protection. So they got to get that line straightened out. The Cowboys at the Rams. Cowboys edge out the Rams 34-31. The Vikings at the Saints. Saints, pretty much cleaned that one up 20-9. I think for the second straight week, the Vikings only are able to manage 9 points, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, last week they got. Last week what did they score last week? Let me check here real quick. Minnesota. 7 points they scored. Okay, so bit of an improvement, but not much really. Anyways, Denver at Seattle, another pretty entertaining game. Really for the majority, Seattle had Denver grounded. Peyton Manning's able to lead the troops down the field in the fourth quarter, like not even a minute left on the clock, 80 yards. He's able to score a last-second touchdown. Unfortunately, Seattle got the ball first, and Peyton Manning never saw it again. Seattle Seahawks are able to score a touchdown and Marshawn Lynch run and win 26-20. And I was just wondering about what you guys thought about the overtime rules. Do you think each team should have at least one possession, or is the rule fine the way it is? Hey, you got to stop our offense. If you can't do it, you don't deserve to win. What do you guys think? You guys think there should be possession for each team, or are the rules fine like that? Just an interesting topic that came up after the game ended. But yeah, next up, the Bears at the Jets, and the Bears are able to get the win there, 27-19. Yeah, it was a pretty good week of football. Some shockers, and that's the NFL. It's up and down. You never realize what's going to happen. Looking forward to week 4. We have the Giants at the Redskins. Going to go ahead and pick the Giants on that one, coming off a good win. Divisional rivalry game. I know the Redskins are at home, but Kirk Cousins hasn't given me enough reason to trust him just yet. Gonna go ahead and go with Eli Manning and the Giants in this one, win 2016. Atlanta at Minnesota. I'm picking the Falcons, coming off a dominant performance in a Thursday night game. They've had a extended period to rest and also get an early jump on the Vikings. And the Vikings are apparently going to be going with Teddy Bridgewater now. Rookie first start, you don't have a great running game behind you, and that's usually what every rookie needs. I don't see the Teddy Bridgewater's first NFL start going well. I'm picking the Falcons to win 31-10. The Packers at the Bears. I'm going with the Bears on this one. The Packers are out of whack. However, it is a divisional rivalry game. I'm going to say it's pretty close. I'm picking the Bears to win 16-10. Tennessee at Indianapolis. I'm going to go with Indianapolis. Tennessee's they haven't been playing very well anymore. They were in the beginning, but not so much. I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts on this one. Andrew Luck's coming off a big game. Taking them to win 27-14. Lions at the Jets. I wanted to pick the Jets, to be honest. I thought the Jets having a chance to pull off an upset here, but yeah, I couldn't pull the trigger. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Lions to win 26-17. Next up, the Dolphins at Oakland. Oakland. I mean, Lions got to come all the way to Oakland. I think that'll have an effect on them. I keep trying to say I believe in Derek Carr and stuff. Maybe this is their one chance to go ahead and sneak a win by. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this one 17-14. I think they just edge out the Dolphins, but probably that's not going to happen. But I'm going with the Raiders. Carolina at Baltimore. I'm going to pick the Panthers to bounce back 20-13. Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers on that one 27-16. I think they got to get a running game going so far. Tampa Bay's defense looks out of whack, but I think they'll make this one a little more competitive than 56-14. So gonna go with the Steelers though, 27-16. Buffalo at Houston. I'm gonna take the Texans on this one at home. I've liked Buffalo, but I got a feeling that the Texans are gonna be able to bounce back. After a loss, probably have a sour taste in their mouth from handing the Giants their first win on a Giants team that really looked bad this whole season. So maybe they'll want to come back and hit Buffalo in the mouth. Picking them to win 21-14. Jacksonville at San Diego. Gonna go with the Chargers on this one. I know I said I would start believing in the Jaguars if they put in Blake Bortles, but I do not believe in his protection. Chargers are at home. The last time they played at home, they handled their business against Seattle. So I'm going to take the Chargers to win 28-17. Philadelphia at San Francisco. This one's such a tough game to pick, to be honest. It's with the whole 49ers being the worst fourth quarter team and the Eagles being the best fourth quarter offense. It was tough. It was a tough pick, to be honest, because I can't see the 49ers dropping 3 in a row. They're at home. I'm gonna go. I'm picking the 49ers to win this one in a very close game, 21-17. And the 49ers will most likely end up scoring those 21 points in the first quarter or first half. So I'm gonna pick them, and yeah. I don't see them dropping 3 straight. I'm going to go with the 49ers. New Orleans at Dallas. Are you kidding me? I'm going New Orleans. I think Dallas they've been playing better. New Orleans doesn't play well on the road. But I still think the Saints will do just enough to get the win here. I'm picking them to win 28-21. New England at KC. I'm going to actually pick the Chiefs this time. I'm not picking the Patriots. I do not like the way they've been playing. The Chiefs are at home. I think they'll be able to be all over Tom Brady, and Alex Smith will make just enough plays in this one to get the win. I'm picking the Chiefs to win 18-13. Teams on a bye include the Bengals, the Browns, the Broncos, Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks. And that'll do it for this week. Trying to make shows shorter. I understand 30-minute shows are a little bit too much sometimes. So I do apologize for the length of that. And hopefully this week's a little more convenient to listen to. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the show now. Thank you guys again for listening. And as always, remember to like our Facebook page, NFL Talk. Facebook.com/NFL Talk. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NFL Talk Show, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you. See you later.
Thanks for listening. listening.